Let's get real for a minute. Standing at a crossroads in your relationship is a painful place to be. It's a place filled with confusion, heartache, and a whole lot of questions. You're probably replaying every argument, every happy memory, and every moment of silence in your head trying to make sense of it all. This isn't just about deciding to stay or go. It's about the life you've built, the dreams you've shared, and the future you once imagined together. The weight of this decision can feel overwhelming, and it's okay to admit that you're struggling. You are not alone in this feeling, as many people find themselves in this exact spot, wondering what to do next. The emotional turmoil you're experiencing is completely normal. One day you might feel a surge of hope, remembering the good times and the reasons you fell in love. The next day you might be drowning in despair, convinced that things can never get better. This emotional roller coaster is exhausting, and it can make it nearly impossible to think clearly. You might be getting advice from friends, family, and everyone in between, but at the end of the day, this is your life and your relationship. The answer has to come from within you, and that requires you to be brutally honest with yourself about what's really going on. It's important to give yourself grace during this difficult time. You don't have to have all the answers right now. The first step is simply to acknowledge the pain and confusion you're feeling without judgment. Pushing these feelings down or pretending they don't exist is a recipe for disaster. That's what we call denial, and denial won't fix a single thing. Instead, you need to face the reality of your situation head-on, even if it's uncomfortable. This is about taking control of your life and your happiness, and that journey begins with acknowledging the truth of where you are right now. So take a deep breath. Understand that this process is a marathon, not a sprint. The goal here isn't to make a snap decision that you'll regret later. The goal is to gather information, look at the facts, and understand your own heart so you can make an informed choice that is right for you. You have invested time, emotion, and energy into this partnership. Now it's time to invest in yourself by figuring out the authentic truth of your situation. Let's break it down and look at the signs, both good and bad, so you can get some clarity. Now let's talk about the warning signs. These are the red flags that tell you your relationship is in serious trouble. One of the biggest is a complete breakdown in communication. You're not talking anymore, or if you are, it's only about surface level things like who's taking out the trash. The deep, meaningful conversations have disappeared. You might feel like you're walking on eggshells, afraid to bring up certain topics because you know it will lead to a fight. When you stop sharing your thoughts, fears, and dreams with each other, you start living separate lives under the same roof. This silence is often louder than any argument. Another huge red flag is constant fighting. I'm not talking about the occasional disagreement, I'm talking about arguments that happen all the time and never get resolved. You find yourselves having the same fight over and over again with no progress or understanding. The arguments might get nasty, with name-calling, yelling, or saying things you later regret. This pattern creates a toxic environment where both of you feel constantly on edge, defensive, and attacked. A relationship cannot survive in a state of perpetual conflict. It wears you down and erodes any love that's left. Emotional and physical distance is another critical sign. You might feel more like roommates than romantic partners. There's a lack of intimacy, affection, and physical touch. Hugs, kisses, and holding hands have become rare or feel forced. This distance isn't just physical, it's emotional. You no longer feel like a team. You've stopped turning to each other for support and have started looking elsewhere, or just dealing with things on your own. This emotional withdrawal is a powerful indicator that the connection that once held you together is fading fast and needs immediate attention. Finally, a complete loss of trust and respect is a deal breaker for any healthy relationship. Trust is the foundation, and once it's broken, it is incredibly difficult to rebuild. This could be due to infidelity, lies, or broken promises. Alongside trust, respect is crucial. If your partner belittles you, dismisses your feelings, or makes fun of your dreams, that is a massive red flag. A partnership has to be built on mutual respect. Without it, you are not in a healthy dynamic. These signs aren't just minor issues, they are serious indicators that the core of your relationship is damaged. Just because you see red flags doesn't automatically mean it's time to pack your bags. Sometimes, there are powerful signs that your relationship is worth fighting for. The most important one is that there is still a foundation of mutual respect. Even when you're angry or hurt, you don't resort to name-calling or intentionally trying to wound each other. You can disagree without devaluing the other person. You still see your partner as a good person, even if you are struggling with their behavior. This underlying respect is a critical building block. If you still fundamentally respect each other, you have something very valuable to work with. Another positive sign is that you share core values and a vision for the future. You both want similar things out of life when it comes to family, career, finances, and how you want to live. You might be disagreeing on the small stuff, but the big picture goals are still aligned. When your fundamental values match up, it provides a common ground to return to. These shared values are the anchor that can hold you steady while you navigate the stormy waters of your current problems. They remind you of why you came together in the first place and what you are working towards. Happy memories are not just things of the past. They can be a source of strength. If you can both look back on your history together and genuinely smile, that's a good sign. When you think about the good times, do you feel a sense of warmth and connection? Or does it just make you sad? If those positive memories still have power, and you both want to create more of them, that indicates a desire to save the relationship. It shows that the love isn't completely gone. It might just be buried under layers of recent pain and frustration. You have a shared history of joy that you can draw upon. The most crucial sign of all is that both of you are willing to do the work. A relationship can't be fixed by one person alone. If both you and your partner are ready to take responsibility for your part in the problems and are committed to making changes, then you have a real shot. This willingness means being open to therapy, reading books, having difficult conversations, and trying new ways of interacting. If you both agree that the relationship is worth saving and are prepared to roll up your sleeves and get to work, then hope is very much alive and well. If you've decided your relationship is worth the effort, it's time to get to work. You can't just wish for things to get better, you have to take action. The first step is to start talking, but I mean really talking. You need to have honest, open conversations about your feelings without blaming each other. Use I statements like "I feel hurt" when, instead of "you always make me feel." This small change can transform a conversation from an attack into a plea for understanding. Set aside a specific time to talk when you won't be interrupted, and agree to listen to each other without jumping in to defend yourself. Active listening is just as important as honest talking. When your partner is speaking, are you truly hearing them, or are you just waiting for your turn to talk? Put your phone down, turn off the TV, and give them your full attention. Try to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. You can show you're listening by summarizing what they said, like, "So what I hear you saying is that you feel ignored when I work late." This validates their feelings and shows that you care enough to understand. Listening is one of the most powerful ways to show love and respect. You also have to start making time for each other again. It's easy to let life get in the way with work, kids, and other responsibilities. You have to be intentional about carving out quality time together. Schedule a date night once a week, just like you would schedule a doctor's appointment. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could be a walk in the park, cooking a meal together, or just sitting on the couch and talking. The point is to reconnect and remember why you enjoy each other's company. You have to actively create new positive memories to balance out the recent negative ones. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes the problems are too big to solve on your own, and that's okay. A good couples therapist can act as a neutral third party who can help you communicate more effectively and teach you tools to resolve conflict. Seeing a therapist isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It shows that you are both committed to saving your relationship and are willing to invest in its future. A professional can provide guidance and support that can make all the difference in getting you back on track. Now it's time to get brutally honest with yourself. This part of the process is all about self-reflection. You need to look in the mirror and ask yourself some tough questions, and you have to be willing to hear the answers, even if they're not what you want. No more blaming, no more excuses. Start by asking yourself, am I truly happy in this relationship, or am I just afraid of being alone? Fear is a powerful motivator, and it can keep you stuck in a situation that isn't good for you. Be honest about whether you are staying for love or staying out of fear of the unknown. Next, you need to ask yourself what your role has been in the problems. A relationship is a two-way street, and it's rare that one person is 100% to blame. What have you done or not done that has contributed to the breakdown? Have you been distant? Have you been critical? Have you stopped putting in the effort? Taking responsibility for your own actions is not about blaming yourself, it's about empowerment. When you recognize your part in the problem, you also recognize your power to be part of the solution. This is a crucial step toward personal growth, whether you stay in the relationship or not. Think about your future and ask, can I realistically see myself being happy with this person in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years, if things stay exactly as they are right now? People can change, but you can't base your decision on the hope that your partner will become a completely different person. You have to look at who they are today and ask if you can accept them, flaws and all. If the answer is no, and they are not showing any willingness to change, then you are setting yourself up for a future of disappointment and resentment. Your happiness cannot depend on someone else changing. Finally, ask the most important question of all: what does my gut tell me? Often, deep down, we already know the answer. We spend a lot of time trying to ignore that inner voice because we're afraid of what it's telling us. So take some quiet time for yourself, away from all the noise and opinions of others. Meditate, go for a long walk, or write in a journal. Tune into your intuition. What is it whispering to you? Your gut feeling is often your most authentic self, trying to guide you toward what is truly best for you. Listen to it. Ultimately, the decision to stay or go is yours and yours alone. There is no magic formula or right answer that applies to everyone. After looking at the warning signs, considering the signs of hope, and asking yourself the hard questions, you have to make a choice that aligns with your own happiness and well-being. This isn't about winning or losing, it's about choosing a path that will lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Whatever you decide, do it with courage and conviction. Trust that you have done the work to make the best possible choice with the information you have. If you decide to stay and work on the relationship, commit to it fully. This means letting go of past resentments and focusing on building a new future together. It will require patience, forgiveness, and a daily effort from both of you. There will be good days and bad days, but if you are both committed to the process, you can create a stronger, healthier, and more loving partnership than you had before. You are choosing to rebuild, and that is a powerful and hopeful act. Celebrate the small victories and be proud of the work you are doing. If you decide that the relationship is over, it's important to allow yourself to grieve. Ending a relationship is a loss, even if it's the right decision. You are losing a part of your life, a shared history, and a future you once planned. It's okay to be sad, angry, and confused. Give yourself time to heal before you even think about moving on. Lean on your support system of friends and family. This is not a failure, it is a graduation. You have learned valuable lessons about yourself and what you need in a partner, and you will carry those lessons with you. No matter which path you choose, remember this: you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be respected, and you deserve to be in a relationship where you can grow into the best version of yourself. This journey of self-reflection is not just about your relationship, it's about you. It's about taking control of your life and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Whether you are rebuilding your current relationship or starting a new chapter on your own, your future is in your hands. Embrace it with hope, and know that you are strong enough to create a life you love.